Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about something I talked about a little bit on Pedro's Live yesterday, and something that I saw Hannibal post earlier this week. And the title of Hannibal's video was, "Who's to blame for low-paying Doordash orders? Is it Doordash, or is it the low-tipping or non-tipping customers?" And guys, I have some unfortunate news to tell you. The only people to blame are you, Doordash drivers. Here's the problem. Okay, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying that. It's basically the industry's fault. But this is the market value of a delivery job, basically. So let me rephrase this into a different job. Whose fault is it that hamburger flippers at McDonald's get paid minimum wage? Is it the McDonald's customers, or is it McDonald's? The answer is the McDonald's hamburger flippers, because they are working a job that literally anyone can do. There's no major qualifications to get into it. So if you're 35 years old, 40 years old or so, and this is the only thing that you got going for you, and you got it, like, this is your only source of income, I'm just going to be brutally honest, and some people are going to be mad at me. Like, if I was on stage right now, people would probably be throwing tomatoes at me. But I like to blame myself for anything that happens in my life. Now, you don't have to do this. You can continue to blame other people and complain. But here's the reality. You are the person who chooses your destiny. You're the only person who can make change, really. And rather than go on strike and complain on the internet and all that stuff, the reality is you are the only person who can change this. And in ways that only you can do that, maybe it's start reading some audiobooks, learn a different skill. Maybe I saw someone became a valet driver, That's a solid W-2 job where you don't have to, work too hard. You're still driving around and stuff. You're the only person who can change the outcome of this story, This story being your life, You are the only person in control of your destiny. If you don't take life and grab it by the horns, as some people would say, then you will end up just complaining, If you blame others or you blame people, nothing's going to change. That's just the reality of it, guys. I mean, I know it's not your fault that DoorDash pays really low, but it is your fault if you're relying on this as your only source of income. Because it's going to get worse, guys. I hate to break it to you, but whether inflation just screws everything up, or gas prices are $10 pretty soon, which it's looking like they're probably going to get there, It's up to you to get out of this as a career, It's not going to be sustainable. I've been the Paul Revere telling you guys for the longest time, you got to look for some sort of different kind of income, because DoorDash is not a sustainable long-term income. And people get mad at me and say, I make $300 a week, or $300 a day, no problem, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but is it sustainable? No, because at the end of the day, you're going to be left with a broken down car, no skills to add to the world later, and anyone can do this job. You don't want to be someone who's doing a job that literally anyone can do, If you want to be paid more, you have to develop skills that are going to add value to the market to where you get paid more, You have to add to your worth. You have to obtain new things, whether it's video editing, photography, sales. There's so many damn sales jobs, I am struggling to find a good salesperson that knows a little bit of acrobatics and stuff, so that way someone can do sales for our shows, Sales are such a great job. My sales job when I worked for Razor was probably the greatest thing for me, because I cold called the entire country and tried to sell them Razor products, basically. Those sales jobs, hold on, it's probably pretty bumpy right now. Those sales jobs have great residual income, as in, when I say residual income, commission. When you're getting paid commission, like, especially on a sales job, you can get so much built up. The longer you work it, the more clients you have, the more freaking customers you have, the more money you make every single day. So a job like that should be something you guys want to look into. Unless you just want to be unfortunate, like, don't take this too seriously, but a lazy Doordash driver. And when I say lazy Doordash driver, it just means Doordash driver who's not looking for anything further than that, you know? Anything better than being a delivery driver. The only person you can really blame for being in the position that you're in is yourself. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, easy to say that when you've already started your business and all that, blah, blah, blah. Just a few years ago, I was in the exact same position. I was no different than everyone else. I just had Postmates and Doordash as an income. The only thing was, I started working on a business 3 years ago, and that business, for the first 3 years, 2 of those businesses didn't see any money. In fact, my ex-fiance used to tell me all the time, I'm just crazy because, like, it's the shoe company's not going to take off, or the freaking YouTube channels, like, never going to start paying me money, you know? Like, people would always doubt me, and like, this is a crazy guy, just got a footwear company. Yeah, like, it's never going to work, you know? Like, so many people doubted me and said that wasn't going to work, you know? And just chipping away and doing DoorDash for 3 years, basically making enough money just to get by, while in the spare time, working on my other things that I really wanted to do. It eventually got to the point where I don't really have to do DoorDash anymore. Now, of course, I'm always going to say the casual dashing is always going to make sense. That's the beautiful thing about DoorDash. It's just casually driving around and doing DoorDashes on your trip. You know, like, if you're driving maybe you're driving to the gas station, try to do a DoorDash on the way to the gas station. If you're driving to a doctor's appointment, try to do a DoorDash on the way to a doctor's appointment. Whatever it is, try to do dashes on the way, because as long as there's no dead miles on your trip and you can do orders that are convenient and on the way, it's almost always going to make sense to do it. But in today's, like, climate and how I am warning you guys, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Like, the prices for containers went up like crazy 6 months ago. We talked about this. They tripled in price, which means everything you guys enjoy buying, whether it's iPhones, shoes, anything, literally anything, it's gonna go up a lot. Our shoes just went from 25 or 20-ish bucks to make to about $30 to make. That's a huge thing. That means when I was charging about 100, because you usually want to, like, quadruple your prices that you end up paying everything for. So that's just kind of like a good rule of thumb for, like, sales and stuff. So basically, after all was said and done, we were paying around $25 for a pair of shoes. And we usually sell them for about 100 bucks. Unfortunately, now they're about $30 to $35 to make. So quadruple that, and that's what we're going to have to be paying. You know, that's what we're going to have to be charging. And that's what you're going to see with just about every business. Everything's going to go up about 30%. If it hasn't already, you know. Tires are going up. Everything is going up. So the only person to blame for being in a job that's not treating you very well is you, in my opinion, you know. If you don't ever take ownership for the things that happen to you in life, you're never going to move on, you know. You're never going to move up in life because you're constantly blaming other people. I get all this from the book that I read or audiobook that I listen to, because a lot of people like to call me out on that because I don't read books, you know. I listen to them. Extreme ownership. Just own everything that happens to life. And whether you could have controlled it or not, if you really take enough steps back, you could have probably prevented almost just about everything that happens in life. no matter what. Whether it's your girlfriend dumped you, the more steps you go back, you can eventually figure out why that happened or something, you know? Anyways, just want to put out my 2 cents because I see so many people complaining about DoorDash. And this is the reality, this is the market value of being a DoorDash driver. Anyone can do it. And DoorDash just can't start charging higher prices because then DoorDash gets less orders, and then other companies take over, or people just start not doing it because like this DoorDash has to charge a certain rate, you know. Businesses, this is why we don't have like a $15 minimum wage, because some businesses just cannot afford that. There's not this like magic money tree. Everything has to make sense in business. Everything does, you know. If the orders start going up, you know, if customers are now, instead of being charged $4 for a delivery fee, they're charged $6 for the delivery fee, there's going to be, I believe it's like, I think that corresponds to about 30% less people doing deliveries, which means, or ordering deliveries, and there's going to be 30% less people getting deliveries, you know? Anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. Everything has to make sense. There's not just a magic money tree, and a lot of people think that there is. So that's just the reality. Anyways, hope everyone has a good day. Don't get mad at me, but I just had to put out my 2 cents because I hate seeing people complain and like blame things that, I don't know, just blame other people. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys enjoy these videos at all, please consider subscribing, and also smash that like button for me. Yeah, just make that money, guys. Move up, do better things, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.